Cheguei aqui em Chicago. Tô aqui na área reservada para pegar Uber. Aí pedi um elétrico. Tô esperando aqui, ó. Vamos num Tesla Model Y branco. Hector vai vir me pegar. Vai ir pro hotel. Vamos ver como é a experiência aí de andar de Uber elétrico nos Estados Unidos. Vamos pegar um Tesla logo de cara. Vamos lá, vamos esperar ele chegar aqui. 2,5 km para ele chegar, 2 minutinhos. Daqui a pouco ele aparece por aí. Muito comum aqui nos Estados Unidos, tem muito, não só tem muito Tesla na rua, mas tem muito Tesla que é usado para Uber. No Uber, no lyft, enfim, todos esses apps de transporte de passageiro, né? Então, ó, passou um Tesla branquinho ali, ó. Não é o meu que eu vou pegar. O pessoal falar que já passou um. Então tem muito Tesla. Mais um, ó. Esse já é do modelo novo. Então tem muito Tesla aqui. Um Prius passou ali. Tem muito Tesla, muito mesmo aqui. Para quem usa no dia a dia. Mas para aplicativo também. Tem demais. Ó, passou outro ali. O pessoal falar passou 3. Vamos lá, tô esperando o meu aqui. Chegou o meu Hector. Teslinha já do modelo novo. Hey, how's it going? Yeah. Yeah, it's not heavy. There's just a sneaker side. Is this the new model?
Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Brand new, right?
Yes.
Nice.
Do you like EV cars?
Yeah, I'm from Brazil. I have two EVs in Brazil,
Yeah.
but we don't have Teslas there.
It's BYD?
No, I mean BYD is the most common there.
Yes.
We have a lot of BYDs there, but I have one Leap motor and one GM. But it's not a GM car. It's a Chinese car branded as GM.
Oh, I see.
It's a Chevrolet Spark.
Oh, I see. Yeah, we have a lot of. Well, down in Mexico.
Yeah, they have that. They have in Mexico, but you know there's an embargo for Chinese EVs.
Yes.
Because basically, if you had Chinese EVs in the US,
It's almost impossible.
it would broke the car industry here. So, but Teslas are super expensive. We don't have officially Tesla dealers in Brazil, and when people import them, it's super expensive. They are like very expensive.
The fees, right? When you try to pay the taxes.
Yeah, I mean, you have the shipment fees, and you have also the importing fees. Registration, importing fees, adaptation. So because of the legislation is different, so it's like it more than doubles the price.
Oh gosh.
And also one USD is like 5 something BRL.
Okay.
So you double the price, you multiply by 5.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. Just very wealthy people can have Teslas in. Yeah.
Well, here's super common.
Yeah, I mean,
It's super common.
and it's basically an affordable EV here.
I can say
The less expensive. They are not cheap by any means, but
the most expensive that we have is Cadillac and Rivian.
yeah, I think Rivians are awesome. I have a friend that works in the same company as me. I'm coming from a company meeting here.
Yes.
He has a Tesla in the Rivian. I mean, Rivians are awesome. I mean,
but it's top luxury, man.
yeah.
You're talking about like if you have a Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
It's EV.
Yeah. But they are incredible.
Yes.
Beautiful, well constructed, efficient. One there.
The space, it's tons of space inside.
Yeah, tons of space, storage, and they are very well designed.
well, the owner is vessel, so there you go.
Yeah. Our EV market is still in baby steps in Brazil,
Yes.
but in the last like 18 months we had like more than 30 Chinese brands coming to Brazil, so we have hundreds of models at this moment. So there is more than 30 Chinese brands at the moment. So
And the thing is that, well, I
So-
can say to you, it's well designed, all those brands, but it's, you know, at the end of the day, it's a little bit difficult when comes when the car breaks to, you know, like
yeah,
the refactions and
there's a shortage of parts. It's hard because it's all imported. They are not like built and constructed in Brazil.
Yes.
So sometimes when you are in let's say a small car crash, you need to wait like 2 months for a
for parts.
plastic piece, a trim, even a light or something like that. Yeah. I mean, it's especially because you pay like $5 for a gallon here, so it's like one something for a liter. And there we pay 5 something for a liter. So in Brazil it's like
It increased a lot the price.
almost 20 BRL for a gallon. So imagine paying $20 a gallon of gas. So
No, man. I prefer walk.
yeah, 100%.
Or bicycle.
Bars or EVs.
Yeah, here the thing is that when you have a provider of electricity, they
Yeah.
give you some rates.
Yeah,
Even they can give you free charge.
yeah.
So it's pretty good because at the end of the day, it helps you a lot.
Yeah, and as a Tesla owner, you have also the superchargers
Yeah,
and
supercharger facility everywhere.
yeah, awesome. And congrats on the car.
No,
Super beautiful.
A pleasure. And I enjoy the conversation, man. It's always
Yeah.
cool to know other parts of our continent.
Yeah.
Let me help you with your- There's a button at the top of the handle. Press it. There you go. Morning, sir.
Morning.
Take care.
Take care. You too.
Good day, sir.
You too. Thank you, man.
Second floor to the left means check in. That's the way.
Sorry.
Checking in.
Yeah.
Second floor to the left.
Ok. Aí essa foi a experiência de aí pegar um Tesla como táxi aqui em Chicago. De cara foi o Model Y novo, carro novinho, você viu, super espaçoso. Esses carros têm uma autonomia de quase, acho que de fábrica tem uma autonomia de uns 500 km. Sistema de navegação outro nível e tal, então vocês viram, né? Foi só eu falar que apareceu um monte de Tesla ali. E é super comum aqui, passou Rivian do outro lado também, o motorista super simpático. Então, primeira corrida de Uber aí já pegou um Model Y do modelo novo. Outro nível, né?